Hello and welcome to Exothermic Plays Games. I'm Exothermic and the date is Friday, January 5th, 2024. That means it's the 5th day of ranking my favorite video games through each day of the year. Coming in at number 362 is Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Chain of Memories is the first sequel to the 2002 hit PlayStation 2 game Kingdom Hearts, and fills some of the story gaps for the events between Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. Structurally, the game involves you going through Castle Oblivion as Sora's memories slowly get erased, as the player works through most of the worlds from the first game all over again, but with different plot lines focused on memory. Combat in the game is real-time action, but with a card ability system. You make a deck of cards that has various abilities and attacks, which you use to determine your actions in combat. When enemies attack you, they use their own cards, the numbers on them, determine if they block or if you block, which can trigger a flurry of attacks if you do it properly. If they have a high number, you can bank cards to burn all at once, but you lose one for the rest of the fight, instead of being able to regain it when you run out of cards in your deck. The game had a lot of flaws, and I mean a lot of flaws. For starters, it initiated the story for the franchise asking more questions than it answered. As Sora asked the question I pondered the entirety of the game: how does that work? The game does establish a lot of important characters and lore for the world, but you don't learn why any of it is important until later entries into the franchise. With that being said, as confusing as the game is for people that did play Kingdom Hearts 1, it's absolutely nonsensical if you didn't. Even for the people that did, it's frustrating to see all of these characters again and for nobody to actually remember anything that happened. That being important to the lore of the world and the setup for Kingdom Hearts 2 doesn't make it a good plot hook as a sequel. Musically, it's the same pieces as the original game, but with lower quality as it's coming from the Game Boy Advance instead of the PlayStation 2. But the real elephant in the room is the combat. The card system, while bold in some ways genius, really holds the game back. It is simultaneously the smartest action combat system I've ever played in any game, and also too complex for its own good. The biggest issue with it is the pace of play combined with the limitations from the Game Boy Advance system. The card blocking system necessitates that you can react to opposing attacks, but the combat is too fast, combined with the console being too slow to let you properly do that. The times I was able to pull it off made me feel like I was Neo in the Matrix, but they were far outweighed by the times I threw away my best cards to something that I wasn't prepared for. That all being said, I really mean it when I say the card system is a great idea, even if the execution was botched. And even though you're playing through the same worlds with the same characters, who now for some reason don't know each other, it is still a way to play Kingdom Hearts on a handheld system, even if it's not the full experience. I give them credit for trying new things in the bold attempt at porting a fluid action combat game to the Game Boy Advance, and if for nothing else, that credit earns this game a spot on my list. Join me tomorrow as I tackle the 361st game in my countdown of my 366 favorite video games of all time.